let me know if you are hearing me clearly. If you're seeing and hearing me clearly, welcome to another episode of Extra Class, episode number 163. And you realize that I'm smiling because I kind of see some light around my head and then something there. Been trying to change out my webcam to an actual camera. I've done well. I kind of just get this stuff them just before I came on and stuff. Was trying to work through them, but no luck right now. So one of them time then in future will try. So I'm back with my webcam. The lighting kind of off, and probably that's why I see some things. You understand? So it look weird. But I try to work through it. You understand what I say? So peace, big up on yourself. I just that everybody has been having a wonderful weekend. Just that everybody is okay. I just that everybody has finished cooking, had dinner already, and ready for this to teach about some things we have to jam down. Jamrock. Jamaica land we love. Land of Food and Water, Bob Marley, Usain Bolt, Vibes Cartel, Buju Banton, Shelly and Fraser Price, Juliet Capbird, Portia Simpson Miller, and more off. You understand what I say about we try to work with it. You understand what I say? Big up to the people that were there from early. You know the thing, I want to the shout out thing and to the end of the stream. You understand? To keep the thing moving and keep the thing. You understand what I say? A flow right. So peeps, big up on yourself. We're there. You understand what I say? You know, a Sunday evening plantation settings tomorrow morning. So we're not too OD the thing. You see what I say? So I'm going to start it. So, Jamaica's fifth Prime Minister, Edward Philip George Siaga, who would have died at a Miami hospital last Tuesday, where he was undergoing treatment for cancer and other related complication. Arrangements would have been made for his body to be flown back to Jamaica, and as such, his body would have left Miami en route to Jamaica. The body of Jamaica's fifth Prime Minister, the Most Honorable Edward Philip George Siaga, has left Florida and is bound for Jamaica. So the Governor General Sir Patrick Allen and the Prime Minister Andrew Holness are among the delegation which will receive Siaga's remains. So for what it is, the former Prime Minister is on his way back to Jamaica, back home. Some persons might not share that perspective. So these are pictures where his remains were being loaded onto the airplane that was going to take him back home to Jamaica. So that is the situation there. If there's anything worthwhile reporting after the stream, I'll most definitely do so. So you know what thing go. Yeah. Then on Friday night we also spoke about American national who would have been reported missing, and say me can find her somewhere along the line. She has been found, thankfully. Really and truly happy that the outcome is not as sad as they normally are. So this is the young lady on screen behind me here. So missing American woman found. So the police are reporting that Alicia Ricketts, the 23-year-old foreign national who was reported missing, has been located. So the police said that Ricketts, who is a store clerk and lives on Jamaica Avenue in Queens, New York, is said to be safe and is in good health. So the Mandeville police said family members raised an alarm last week after Ricketts, otherwise called Lisa, entered the country. We just can't ignore the lighting situation. Entered the country on a flight from New York to Kingston and could not be located. So apparently as she reached home, she just disappeared. Yes, and as such, a missing person report was filed. So police said several calls to the phone of Ricketts went unanswered. And detectives said after several days of searching, relatives reported that she was located. Where, when, with who, I have no idea. Police or relatives did not disclose where the female was found and what led to her reported disappearance. So reports suggest that she was reunited with family members and she's safe and is in good health. She has since returned to the United States. One detective said in an interview earlier today. One source is saying though that it appeared that the female was staying with a friend during the time that her family members were trying to locate her. I am happy that the Empress is okay. You understand? Reports are that she might have been staying with a friend. we don't know what the gender of the friend and thing. So like everybody else, we are wait and well, we're not gonna find out still. But Lisa, big up yourself. I'm glad to know you're alright and glad to know you're gone back home. Cause I can't bother with the news say American citizen found dead in Jamaica. I couldn't go deal with that right now. You understand what I say? So all wells attends well. You understand? When no mug, no broke, no coffee, no that shit. Alright, so them say, you know it thing go. Zine and peeps, this would have appeared in the media yesterday. I did not do an individual video, I just made a community post as I never really in a mood for do that. But the reports are that 3 suspects in relation to the armed robbery and shootout that would have occurred in the Guinea Tree area of Maypen, Clarendon about 9:30 a.m. last Sunday. 3 of the men allegedly who are suspects or who are suspected to have been a part of it would have been arrested by the police. Before I go any further, I sincerely hope that these men are actually persons who were responsible. I sincerely hope that this is a situation where it is not a scapegoat thing, but it is actually the men who were involved. And if it is the men who were involved, I sincerely hope that the police, who has the requisite skill, will speak to these men, and as such their cronies will also be named and arrested in very short order. It would be nice also if the guns that they were using would be recovered. I would appreciate that. So the Clarendon police have taken 3 suspects into custody following the robbery at a supermarket in Guinea Tree, Maypen, Clarendon on Sunday, May 26th. So the Corporate Communications Unit, CCU, which is the information arm of the Jamaica Constabulary Force, said the men were picked up during an operation in the parish at about 5:30 a.m. on Friday, May 31st. Zane and thing. Reports are that about 9:30 a.m. on Sunday, police officers were engaged in a confrontation with gunmen after they approached a supermarket that was being robbed. So 2 officers were shot and injured during the incident. 2 cars which the gunmen used to escape from the scene were intercepted and the criminals abandoned the vehicles. A shotgun, 3 M16 magazines and a 9mm magazine along with $496,000 in cash were recovered. However, the gunmen escaped with approximately $3 million and 2 mobile phones that they would have taken from persons who would have held up. Joker free speech. Brother, big up yourself, as Mr. One to do the shout out thing, but a long time I don't see the one, so we have to pay respects. Manners and respect and more. Glad for see the man. You know what I think? So peeps, that is the situation. As I said, I sincerely hope that these men are actually the perpetrators of the robbery, and as such, they would also lead the police in the direction where the others can be apprehended, arrested, questioned, charged, brought in front of the courts, and sentenced to a long time. So I'm going to say, I know some persons are very cynical, and the reality is you can't even blame people, in all honesty. You understand what I say? So the cynicism is really and truly warranted when it comes on to the Jamaica Constabulary Force most of the time. And I cannot blame persons who are skeptical, persons who are cynical about the situation, and persons who just don't believe say the man them. People just believe say some random man get picked up as a show to appease the public and them something. So I could say it, but still I hope the naysayers are wrong about this one, and that I sincerely hope that it is the right persons, and if such, the rest can be apprehended in very short order. See? Yeah, I can't really say much more about it because we have to just keep our fingers crossed, and you know what I think. You understand? Manhunt on for gunmen who robbed Western Union in St. Anne. See? I'm not even have the Junction story. You know, recently they would have held up and robbed a Western Union in Junction one day last week. I not even know if I talk about it Monday night. You understand what I say? But a manhunt is on for 4 gunmen who held up and robbed a Western Union outlet in Alexandria, St. Anne on Friday afternoon. So our source said that 12 minutes after 12, 2 men entered the building posing as customers. They then held the employees at gunpoint and took an undetermined sum of money, and the men escaped in two separate vehicles, a Toyota Probox again and a Toyota Wish motor vehicle. You understand? So, boy, better do things that way. You see me? Things that way. Then, I see myself on the camera, but you know, I show up in my software again. It was showing up before I started streaming, but for whatever reason, it gone. You understand? We are trying to get it back. Boom! Come in, camera. Nothing on camera. Alright, camera now show. So I'm going to switch back. Yeah, peace, we're there. So, yeah, man. That's one next situation there. So, the police are also searching for parents of a child who was found dead in a pit. So, the St. Catherine North police have launched a search for the parents of a 6-year-old child whose body was found in a pit at Gordon Pen in the parish. So, the child has been identified as Leroy Main, young youth with Leroy, like, I don't know, who was affectionately called Boy. Yeah, I call it little youth, Boy. His body was fished from a pit after he was reported missing over a week ago. The body was found in the pit 2 days after the report, when concerned residents and the police conducted a search of the community. The body was seen floating in the effluent-filled septic pit. The pit is close to the home the parents occupied with the child. The police, along with the representatives of the Office of the Children's Advocate, OC, are probing the matter. So how come them parents can't be found? Saying after the juvenile was found in the pit, after reported been missing for a week. This kind of strange, don't you understand what I say? Because if my youth missing, I would be actively helping to search for my youth. So I don't know what the situation in relation to that. What the parents them there? Zane? And thing. Why are they not present? Why is the police looking for them? Then that would raise some red flags if you ask me still. But I don't know. So peeps, one situation I say now, one very curious case of Benjamin Button, but not really Benjamin Button. It's just Jamaica Terrated. I would have shared with you in recent times a situation in regards to a murder accused who has now been convicted, who brought the government to the Constitutional Court seeking damages in the region of $30 million because he would have been held in custody without being afforded a trial for an extended period of time. Yeah? Your lighting looks about this evening still, and your lighting ain't even ready yet. You know what I mean? Just kind of use some makeshifting, but he kind of mark me out like a cartoon character. Never mind, peeps. So, watch it now. Murder convict to get damages for a drawn-out case. A man who was awarded damages and requested a $30 million payout from the government after he languished in jail for nearly 6 years while his case crawled through the court system, has been convicted on 2 counts of murder. Now, the human that I am would beg me to ask a couple of questions. Was this conviction any way, shape, or form related to the fact that he would have been awarded, the court would have ruled that he should be awarded $30 million and the government should pay it? But that's a set. See? Alright. So Mervyn Cameron, who was found guilty of the brutal 2012 killing of Barrington Davis, then Deputy Chief of Security at Jamaica Post, and his female friend Patricia Lamont Barneswell. The unanimous verdict was handed down in the Home Circuit Court in downtown about Friday or Thursday. He is to be sentenced on June 28th. Now, Davis and Lamont Barneswell were kidnapped from Barneswell home, not Barneswell, from Davis's home in St. John's Heights, St. Catherine in August of 2012. Their decomposed bodies were found with multiple gunshot wounds in a cane field in Innswood, also located in St. Catherine. 7 months later, in April of 2013, Cameron and another man, Christopher Wilson, were arrested and charged with murder, conspiracy to commit murder, illegal possession of firearm, and robbery. They were apprehended by detectives from the St. Catherine Major Investigation Task Force who were led to them by the persons to whom they had sold Davis's car. So after them kidnap Davis, them apparently kill him, take him car and go sell it. See, and the people that when him sell it to you and look at them here what go on and probably hear about see the car and the description and thing and probably alerted the police. Well done to them Jamaican citizens there. You understand? See, the verdict follows a slew of legal challenges mounted by Cameron to prevent his case from going to trial. Court records show that after he was arrested and charged in March of 2013, he was placed before the Kingston and St. Andrew Parish Court the following year for a preliminary inquiry. The inquiry commenced but stalled in October of 2016, the records show. As a result, Cameron, through his attorney, Hugh Wildman, went to the Constitutional Court to have the case stayed on the grounds that his rights to a fair trial within a reasonable time had been violated. So I suppose Ninja Man couldn't do the same thing too. I don't know if him still can do that, but you understand. The court, in a landmark 2-1 majority ruling, handed down last year, found that his constitutional right had been violated and awarded him damage, but ordered prosecutors to proceed with his trial swiftly. In arguments presented to the court when the case came up for assessment of the damages, Cameron requested compensation of $30 million. So last September, the Constitutional Court put off the making of an award in the case, pending the outcome of Cameron's murder trial. So now that he has been found guilty, I suppose he will get his $30 million. So I suppose he will be a rich prisoner. Let's see how his sentencing will work out come the 28th of June. But you see, the government face things like this. You can't have a man incarcerated for 6 years and you not try him. You understand what I say? Whether I'm guilty or not guilty, the reality is that the man is a human being. The man has rights under the Constitution. If you arrest the man and charge the man, I am assuming that evidence where you charge him with should be able to be presented in a court of law. And as such, as a country, we can't continue to live like this. You can't have people languishing in the penal system for 6 years without facing the courts. Like, you understand? But interesting, all that $30 million they have a benefit, said brother, you know, I suppose appeal and them something there. So, I don't know. It better to be $30 million richer in prison than broken in prison, innit? You understand what I say? So, I suppose you look at it. Now, peeps, we covered a story on Friday where a taxi operator in Mandeville would have chopped and killed his 8-month-old son and injuring his common law wife. We're seeing another situation now where another sad case as an elderly woman's throat was slashed in Ocherias. Yeah? The Senton police are probing the murder of an elderly woman who was found with her throat slashed in her house in Old Buckfield, Ocherias, in the parish on Friday night. Old Buckfield. The deceased woman has been identified as 72-year-old Doreen Colessa. 72 years old. What on the face of the earth could a 72-year-old lady, Zane, do? Some people make them feel like the best course of action was to cut the lady's throat. I don't understand that. You understand? I can't see through that. I can't understand the rationale behind that. You see me? What could them... Boy, I don't know. Reports are that about 7:30 p.m. a relative found Colessa lying in a pool of blood and alerted the police. Upon their arrival, the body was seen with a wound to the neck. She was taken to hospital where death was confirmed. A motive for the killing has not yet been established. Say if I'm a pitney at the elderly. You understand me? I say, first and foremost, let me say congratulations to all Liverpool fans. They would have probably been the most consistent team across all of Europe throughout the recent domestic season, and as such, they are deserving winners of the Champions League. It kind of hurt me if you say that. I would prefer Liverpool win than Tottenham. one team in London for win Champions League and a Chelsea. I'm gone. You understand what I say? Homemade gun reportedly seized from taxi passenger in St. Andrew. So a man was taken into custody in relation to the seizure of a homemade firearm and a 9mm round of ammunition at a gas station on Constant Spring Road in St. Andrew on Thursday, May 30. So reports from the Constant Spring police are that about 4:30 p.m., officers were conducting an operation along the roadway when a taxi was stopped and searched. Well done, officers. You understand what I say? A male passenger in the vehicle was searched and the firearm was reportedly found on his person. The weapon was seized and the man was arrested. His identity is being withheld pending further investigation by the police. You don't know anything. You understand what I say? Yeah, man. James. All of the peace. If a boss I want laugh. James Bond, my brother. Big up yourself from down a White Hart Lane there. Big up yourself, family. Manners and respect. You understand? I'm glad you reach Champions League final, but I'm glad you lose. Big up yourself. Yeah, my brother said we. Yes, I. Yeah. But I have to laugh on that one, the peeps. TripAdvisor flags 13 Jamaican properties for safety issues. That no good, peeps. You understand me? I say that can't be good. You seeing? Because a serious thing that, you know. Seeing? Serious thing. Romario to the Lord. We have a trouble in football, Romario, man. You know what I think, man. You understand? That G, brother. Big up yourself, you know. We'll be here for approximately 30 to 40 minutes. Brother, if I have 3 minutes a day, we appreciate the support. You know what I think, go? Always good to see you. You understand? London is still red with Arsenal blood. A new safety tool on influential travel website TripAdvisor has reported flagged 13 Jamaican properties for safety issues since it was introduced in mid-May. I was supposed to go on the website to see the exact 13 places. I probably gonna need to do that later one of them time there. See? So a report on the Detroit Free Press website said the tool was created after one of its investigations revealed a long-standing sexual assault problem in Jamaica. I mean, like we have covered many stories in relation to this. I know some people are cuss TripAdvisor, I don't know them people. We focus yourself. Alright. It is said the tool was designed to flag these complaints by having a safety warning box pop up immediately in the review section of a property, citing reviews over the last year that mention sexual assault and sexual misconduct. Speaking about sexual misconduct, there's a whole heap of situation I'm going up at Edna Manley College. But just don't get around to it. I've been meaning to talk about it, but I'm not get around to it. I know that the persons who have been identified as the harassers have been sent on leave and some more investigation and go on. So we talk about that soon and very soon, probably Friday night. You understand what I say? Anting. So TripAdvisor stressed that the hotel reviews it posts are only allegations and that it urges hotel properties to respond to the allegations. Yeah? So the US media have stated that more than 70 tourists were raped at some of Jamaica's top resorts between 2011 and 2017. Zane, a whole heap of people that peeps. For a country that is so dependent on tourism, we can't afford for them things to happen. But you know, Jamaicans are not easy, you know. We just, anyway, foolishness there, we just find and do more foolishness here, there, and everywhere. Boy, I mean, I get it. Next thing I know, peeps, which part we there, so a team headed by international tourism safety expert Dr. Peter Tarlow and a group called Global Rescue is currently working on developing further guidelines and protocols to govern hotel and guest relations. Interesting. Mars Maro, blessings in the family. No teach Arsenal alone for win Champions League. You lad that, brother. But beloved how Liverpool deal with the chicken team still. Manners and respect, brother. That's your word. Appreciate the contribution. You understand what I say? And think. So, here do we go. Oh, James, I want you to leave, Light, big up yourself. Peeps, one story. You say you have to take bad things with joke. I'm going to share with you one story. I'm going to share one story with you now. Why I don't know your answer? Listen to that story, you know. As I see it pop up behind me. And I say Montego Bay Community College, established in 1975. You understand what I say? Watch it now. But then one bus driver say in Jamaica and from short bus come right back. You understand what I say? Bus driver accused of sending poison cake to school administrator offered bail. No near me. No licky. Me tell you. Now one got. Yo. A school bus driver who is accused of using a student to deliver a cake containing poison to the vice principal of Montego Bay Community College was offered bail Friday when he appeared before the St. James Parish Court. Norval Bolgin, 56-year-old, is charged with soliciting to murder. Mr. Bolgin, who is employed as a bus driver at the Montego Bay Community College, was charged last week following allegations that he was plotting to poison the vice principal, Carol Walters. I don't know if Miss Walters do Mr. Bolgin. Yeah, man? But I lie. Me have a look at idea. It is alleged that on April 16th, he offered to pay a student of the school, of the institution, 100,000 Jamaican dollars to deliver the cake containing weed killer to the vice principal. Yo! Mr. Bolgin reportedly told the student, Bolgin, I'm not sure, told the student that the vice principal wanted to fire him. So, alright, so the vice principal wanted to fire you. Zane? They must say over firing Richie. It look like you're knocking you involved. The VP, I know. So the VP want to fire you. You is a bus driver. I don't know if the bus ever drive belong to him or belong to the school. You understand? But if he's a bus driver and the VP want to fire you, you're not going to look for the next bus to drive some of my family. You understand what I say? Watch out now. Yes. Apparently the driver offered a student at the school $100,000 to deliver the cake to the principal. We're telling you a story going on. Hold on, man. Zine? The student refused his request and posted a message to the vice principal on social media. Soon talk to number one serious social media thing we all go on, you know. The vice principal contacted the student and questioned her about the message. The police were called in and Mr. Bolgin arrested and charged. So during Friday's bail hearing, his attorney, Oswald Senior Smith, said his client denied the allegations. And Mr. Bolgin, who was offered bail in the sum of $300,000, is to return to court on June the 10th. Boy, him love drive him Montego Bay Community College. Is that me? Him love a bus, so him drive. Him love drive for the school. Him love the school. Because if you hear that you're going to be fired and you think that the best option is to send one cake with weed killer, if you go give the VP, you have to pay $100,000. Then you have to take bad things with Jokestar. So the Empress who offer the $100,000 to decide so she can't go dealt with it because, you know what I mean, she contact the VP. Well, she post one thing on social media and the VP kind of side to rake and call her in and question her and then lock up the bus driver. Driver, don't stop at all. See? But I don't know. Jamaica to rotted. Yes, I carry you, Jaja, deep down in my soul. Always hold my... That brother there in my background, he's a yard man. But he's not there yard, he's there Guyana. But you know, say, we don't behave ourselves for Jamaica. Anywhere we go, somehow we carry dirty behaviors with we. Him decide, say, he might bring some foolishness to other people place and he backfire in his face. You understand? Jamaican imprisoned in Guyana for circulating sex tape on WhatsApp. A Jamaican man has been sentenced to 1 year imprisonment in Guyana for circulating a sex tape of his ex-girlfriend to his contacts on WhatsApp Messenger. Mario says she named the money but not the cake. Anthony Lynch, otherwise called Russian. What them call police for? Them can't stop the watch it now. If the student, which means never delivered, how did they know the key? But that G, based on the thing where the man says that the girl never I guess it's all allegation because I don't think them test the cake. You understand what I say? She just tell the VP say a man say my gear $100,000 to deliver a cake with weed killer in it. You understand? So I don't know if them did actually test the cake still. You understand? But I see where you get that Doc G. I see where you get that. Anthony Lynch, otherwise called Russian, appeared before the Georgetown Magistrates Court on Friday and was sentenced after pleading guilty to the charge. So according to the Guyana Chronicle, the 33-year-old Jamaican admitted that on January the 1st, New Year's Day, when the man should start afresh with new vision and new goal and boy, I don't know, said he knowingly, for the purpose of exposure, circulated obscene cinematographic yeah, that word there, videos by way of WhatsApp, tending to corrupt public morals. He was also charged with escaping from police custody on January 7th and overstaying in Guyana. If you name do that something you're doing all of them problem, yeah. Zane, auntie. It is said that Lynch was granted 5 months to stay in Guyana when he arrived in the country on November the 16th, 2016, but overstayed until May 29 when he was arrested. He pleaded not guilty to the 2 charges and was remanded in prison until July the 19th. You know, Jamaica, yeah, man, we do them things. Them start lock up people in Jamaica for them things too. But everywhere we go, we carry dirty ways. Like, I don't understand how we stay, sir. And no one will grow it. I can't granny them. You understand what I say? Auntie. So speaking about Jamaican in the wild, that general there, they are Guyana. We have a next general down at Trinidad there. You understand what I say? I can find a little thing on me that have store up here, sir. You see? Yeah. In our background, I saw the what them say the biggest airport in the Caribbean, the Piarco International Airport in Trinidad. Yeah. Jamaican man escapes from airport in Trinidad after being denied entry. See? The Sunday Guardian newspaper reports that the man in his early 20s arrived in Trinidad late Friday aboard a Caribbean Airlines flight from Kingston, Jamaica. It is reported that the man, whose name was not released, has pending drug-related matters in Jamaica and attempted to enter Trinidad previously on 3 occasions. Is a man like Trinidad? The man is in love with Trinidad. It's 3 times him try to figure out Trinidad and if they reach, he decides say, alright, 3rd time at a charm. When he attempted to re-enter the country on Friday, he was stopped by immigration authorities and placed in an immigration detention holding room at the airport. However, when immigration officers went to check on the man early Saturday, he could not be found. Why? The Guardian reports that officers later discovered that the man had removed a ceiling tile in the roof of the room and climbed inside the area. The airport authority of TNT, in a statement late Saturday, confirmed that the Jamaican had escaped from immigration. An airline security official and left the airport. The man fly out. The authority advised that by law, people who were refused entry by immigration division became the responsibility of the airline. Oh, I never did know that. Well, it's probably a Trinidad thing. I don't know if it's a Jamaica thing. You understand? Because I think it then become property of immigration, not the airline. So I don't know. You understand? But okay, well, I don't know. So the airport's authority said that it was not in the position to discuss the security measures being put in place to prevent a reoccurrence of the situation. The man escaped through the ceiling and fly gone. Yo, yard man, them not play. Speaking about airport and leaving Jamaica and all sort of things. You understand what I say? I would have spoken about the situation before now, but I suppose it is becoming a little bit more pressing. Where if you apply for an American visa, see, your social media records are now a part of your application. And it been a tell people, me been a warn people, be careful of the things them wanna do on social media. You understand what I say? Be careful of the things that we post. Be careful of the things that we say. Be careful of the things that we do on social media. Because, unlike me, many Jamaicans have dreams of living in the United States or migrating to the United States or wherever for that matter. I not plan to leave Jamaica permanently, no time. You understand me? I say, auntie. But to each his own. Big up on yourself. Greener grass, they are pass. So if you not see that, you don't do nothing. But be careful. US now seeking social media details from all visa applicants. You understand? Many of us live with life on social media. We live with fight on social media. Day and night on social media. The US State Department is now requiring nearly all applicants for US visas to submit their social media usernames, previous email addresses, and phone numbers. Them soon start talking, say, panty size. Ah, boy. It is a vast expansion of the Trump administration's enhanced screening of potential immigrants and visitors. In a move that has just taken effect, after approval of the revised application forms, the department says it has updated its immigrant and non-immigrant visa forms to request the additional information, including social media identifiers, from all US applicants. Yeah. Well, people staying on my chance, people chastise various things. Take a one use our fight, man. You understand? Oh, you expire already. They renew it and make a one travel, man. You know one thing, go. Me don't really think I give nobody my personal email address from back then, though. Me don't really see it happen like. You can't get the one of me have, You can't get teach them one. You understand? Me could just give them that and can't get no visa cards. Me cuss Donald Trump a few times. You know what I think, so I don't know if that is going to be a problem, but you know what I think, we do what we have to do. You understand? I have never gone to the United States of America, and I am okay. I am not rich. I not have a lot of things I want yet, but be no worse than nobody else. You understand? So me not really know say America is a place where me need to go like that neither. But that is just me. Yes, and alright. The change, which was proposed in March of 2018, is expected to affect about 15 million foreigners who apply for visas to enter the United States each year. Sorry guys, national security is our top priority when adjudicating visa applications, and every prospective traveler and immigrant to the United States undergoes extensive security screening, the department said. We are constantly working to find We are constantly working to find mechanisms to improve our screening process to protect U.S. citizens while supporting legitimate travel to the United States. You understand? One to the gun control room, man, I walk. I see them shoot up on beach and kill about a portion of people in Virginia. Must say yesterday or the day before. Man, I shoot up church, man, I shoot up school, man, I turn fool and like, well, we don't want to protect U.S. citizens with tighter gun control. We just want to screen some people. Alright, that's the word. Zin? Alright. I phone a country still, Uncle Sam. Social media, email and phone number histories. Social media, email, and phone number histories had only been sought in the past from applicants who were identified for extra scrutinies, such as people who had traveled to areas controlled by terrorist organizations. An estimated 65,000 applicants per year had fallen into that category. The department says collecting additional information from more applicants will strengthen our process for vetting these applicants and confirming their identity. What you mean confirming them identity? If a man have a passport, them birth certificate, them ID and thing, what you mean? But alright. The new rules apply to virtually all applicants for immigrant and non-immigrant visas. When it filed its initial notice to make the change, the department estimated it would affect 710,000 immigrant visa applications, and 14 million non-immigrant visa applications, including those who want to come to the US for business or education. But them probably go for education still. I'm not lie to you. If I decide for further with qualifications, one of them did it. School thing right now, what am I do for do? You understand? I go back to school and have something different. Yeah, you know, teaching part I think. I'm tired of that part I think. Yeah. Some Harvard and some Yale and some Princeton and some Stanford. Nothing wrong if that on my resume like and them things there. So we don't know. But we say go. Apart from that still, America is not all that. That's the reality. You understand me? I say we don't need it. We can go to Cambridge, US and you have other university around the place. Yeah. Alright, watch an piece. I'm done with the joke thing. The new visa application forms list a number of social media platforms and require the applicant to provide any account names they may have had on them over the previous 5 years. They also give applicants the option to volunteer information about social media accounts and platforms not listed on the form. In addition to their social media histories, visa applicants are now asked for 5 years of previously used telephone numbers, email addresses, international travel and deportation status, as well as whether any family members have been involved in terrorist activities. I don't know if all of my family them, so I don't know if all of my family them clean like that. But alright, only applicants for certain diplomatic and official visa types are exempted from the requirements. Peeps, be careful. Hello classmates and teach from Negril Beach 7 miles. Cookie mama you there yard. Big up yourself, Empress. You understand what I say? I hope you full jar yourself and just be careful on the street, on the beach. Cause you understand what I say? You know anything go. But big up yourself, Empress. I'm glad for know so you can come in and enjoy a piece of yard. Cause you've been abroad. You understand I work hard. And no. You understand? Big up yourself. Yes, I. So peeps, boy, social media thing, some people don't understand the implications, you know. Because here we go on. See? Here we go on with the social media settings, you know. Many of us, we can't resist the urge for posts. You understand? And most of the times when we post crap. You feel me? And I want to understand so right now, it's not even just visa application. But the reality is that many places who are employ people, LOLTV, manners and respect in the family, appreciate that something, you know. You know what I think? You see me? Many persons who are employing people, your social media platforms are now an integral part of the interview process. You don't know, so them go look for you now, but them go Google you. You understand? And you wonder why you qualified so much, and you go to school for donkey years, and you never go to prison like, and the police now look for you, but you can't get the job. Well, you can't get the job because you would have displayed a particular lifestyle and social media that is not in keeping and it's not in alignment with the values of the company that you want to know seek employment at. You understand what I say? So, I want the people them understand, say, we live in a world now we're different from the world back so where every man can do what they want to do and it's all well and good. Because the thing is that you are being watched. You understand what I say? Whether you like it or not, your social media platform is a part of who you is and a part of where you can go. You understand what I say? And because everybody want to run to America you know too, make sure say on the social media platform you not post no foolishness. Big brother, Father Kevin Watson, Sergeant. You understand? The noble cop. Big up yourself, bro. The man said the biggest threat to the US are their own citizens. He's a very intelligent man, and Sergeant. Commissioner, we say. You understand? Carrying out mass shootings and killing innocent children. However, I agree that it is important that they do what is necessary to protect their citizens. Let me tell you, he's an intelligent man. We can't fight that. It's for them country, so them can do anything they want. If you tell people, say, we're going to do this, because with Jamaica and the love for America, if them say, if we go brush some dark teeth, we go do it. You understand me? I say, if you get a visa, you do so you think. But the reality that noble cop, the biggest threat Americans face is from Americans themselves. Just like I will add to that and say the biggest threat Jamaicans face is from Jamaicans. I just reality that. You understand me? I say, and welcome to the show, Bigger Boss. You know what you think go? You understand me? I say, and thing. Zane, I know you probably observe the light and say, yes, look, improvement. And the thing that reach it, I just use some other light that I did have in a place, I never did I use. But I know a light in there enough still. But we soon fix it. You understand me? I say, big brother, manners and respect. Zane, so we have a picture of the General Penitentiary, GP, back away. You understand me? I say? And thing. Rough place, tough place. Never been there. Really plan for go there neither. But you can imagine. Prisoner no bed arose. You understand? Lost in prison. Ex-cop finally gets bail after 31 years behind bars without trial. Respect, Sir Watson. Manners and respect, man. Yeah, so let me say. See, hopefully the key light forward in quick and fast. So, you understand? My face can look clean and, you know what I mean? Yeah, man. Peeps, this man, they are prison almost as long as I have been alive. You understand what I say? After 30 years behind bars without standing trial and having not entered a guilty plea for the murder charge levied against him, 61-year-old, so I'm going to prison for him at 30. 61-year-old Walter Blackstock is set to be a free man. Following a declaration on Tuesday by the Director of Public Prosecutions, Paula Llewellyn, that her office will not be embarking on a trial of the matter given the circumstances. Now we just talk about one man who sued the government for $30 million because he wasn't afforded a trial after 6 years. So this man I know 6530. This man 5315. This man can sue the government for $150 million on that premise. Yeah, that's what I say. Alright, just say. Blackstock, an ex-policeman, was in 1987. Them time he was baby like. You understand? Was arrested and charged with the murder of a woman on October 21st. In the year prior by using a hammer to bludgeon her to death. Well, Mr. Blackstock, if it's true, the stick is still, you know. You understand? At the time of his arrest, Blackstock was said to have been suffering from a mental illness, believed to have been caused by a head injury sustained in a serious motor vehicle accident in December of 1977, and so was initially deemed unfit to plead. But according to documents presented to the court, subsequent psychiatric evaluations indicated that Blackstock was on at least 3 occasions found fit to plead. However, more than 3 decades later, the information had not been routed to the Office of the Director of Public Prosecutions for it to commence prosecution on the matter. Roxanne Levine said she thought you thought I lived in the United States, Miss Levine? No, sir. You understand? This prompted a petition to the Governor General urging for Blackstock's release by attorney-at-law and human rights activist Nancy Anderson, who believed that her client was being held at his pleasure. In the petition, Blackstock noted that he was a member of the Jamaica Constabulary Force from 1975 until he was forced to resign in 1985 as a result of his mental illness. As a condition of his resignation, he noted in the petition is monthly disability assistance from the government. And if he was in prison, was he still eligible for this monthly incentive, disability assistance, and was he getting it? And if him not get it, how much money that would be now, and him forget it? You understand? But then people will look and say, but teach, if this man was really and truly guilty of killing said lady with a hammer, it's about 30 years before they get anyway, so I'm sorry. You understand? But the reality though, and that is quite correct to say that. But the reality is that you can't have a man in a prison for 30 years if you don't convict him and sentence him to 30 years. You understand what I say? So even if him did guilty, yeah or nay, and he would then probably get 30 years if him did find guilty anyways. Him never find guilty, so you can't have a man serve time and he has not been sentenced to serve time. You understand what I say? Boy, I don't know. Zane? I don't know. Super chat from Lawless. Just saying hello all. Teach, heal, just listen. Alright, big brother, I see a word, you know, manners and respect every time in a family. You know what thing, you know. You see me? Boy, boy, I don't know. He also denied killing the woman, saying, I am very sorry for her death. She was a close family member of mine. Zane, and a pleasant young lady. I maintain that I was not involved in her death. In response, the Office of the Governor General noted that Blackstock had not been convicted, and therefore it could not take action, rerouting the matter to the courts for a resolution. So during Tuesday's hearing, the DPP said that she was prepared to enter a null prosecute for the matter, but a current psychiatric evaluation would need to be done in order to confirm Blackstock's mental status. That is, if he is still fit to plead guilty and be able to transition back into society without doing harm to himself and the community, which is fair enough. She also said that the evaluation would also help his family and community members understand the circumstances and to assess if there is access to adequate mental health treatment where he would reside with them. Zane, Vendetta Empress, whoosh! Empress Wagwan. Good evening, Teach. Blessed Sunday. I'm glad to see you in a long time. I don't see it. I know a little thing that go on from one time and we never really talk since then. I mean, it asked if you reach out to me, but you never do that. I don't think. Zane, and if you did, I may never get back to you. My apologies. But I'm happy to see you, Vendetta Empress. So I'm assuming that you are okay now. You understand? Zane, in the, hold on there now. Yeah. Presiding Judge Justice Sonia Wint-Blair agreed with the points raised by the DPP. Me agree with them too. But Anderson argued that Blackstock has not displayed any action that would require him to see a psychiatrist. It was revealed in 2016, in a 2016 psychiatric evaluation, that Blackstock was diagnosed with schizophrenia. In the meantime, Blackstock was given his first taste of freedom when he was granted bail in the sum of $50,000. With surety, pending a forensic psychiatric evaluation ordered by the court to determine his mental state. I think that they should have done the evaluation before granting him bail. But that just means that Blackstock is expected to return to court on June 5th, when the details of the evaluation will be revealed and his family informed as to whether he will be able to walk free. Walter Blackstock's case is a grim reminder, Zane, of a Gleaner expose on the then 78-year-old Alfred Nettleford, also called Ivan Burroughs, who was released in 2001 after spending nearly 30 years in prison without trial for breaking a window. It must be a window to somebody's soul. This man spent 30 years in a prison for broke one window. And politicians thief so much money in Jamaica and now serve a day. Nettleford, a schizophrenic who was represented by Anderson, received a $9 million award from the courts. Ah, boy. Jamaica to rot. Only Jamaica, you know? Them things ain't happen nowhere else. No matter how bad you see a country, no matter how much civil war you see a go on in some country, them things ain't happen there. May I tell you? You understand what I say? It don't happen there, man. It don't happen there at all. You see? Not happening there. Yo. 300 more lost. Mentally ill inmates languish in prison. They are casualties of state forgetfulness. So that was just one specific case, More than 300 mentally ill people are serving indefinite prison sentences or have simply fallen off the court list. Many languishing in limbo for decades. But Hugh Faulkner, executive director of the Legal Aid Council, said his organization has launched an investigation into the lost inmates in a bid to resurrect the long dead cases and set free those who should never have been behind bars for so long. But me I say them people and our family members for push through them things and make sure so them things reach court and them things. This is the next thing. The revelation comes in the wake of a report, the same report I just talked about, of an ex-cop, Walter Blackstock, 61, who had spent 31 years behind bar without standing trial. You know what I think? You understand? So we know Tuesday them get bail. So in an interview, Faulkner said that an audit of the correctional facilities across the island revealed that up to January of 2018, there were 313 mentally ill people incarcerated. He said that number is still over the 300 mark. To tackle the problem, he said the council last year embarked on training 30 attorneys at law to examine, manage, and resolve these cases. This episode said teaches prison episode number 1. Already, this initiative has borne fruit with the January release of Leslie Spalding, a mentally ill man who spent 23 years in prison. He was arrested and charged in 1995 with assault occasioning bodily harm, but was never convicted or sentenced. There was a similar case in 2015 involving Delroy McIntosh, a mentally ill man who remained in prison for 25 years after being arrested for possession of a ganja spliff. Yes, teacher, I am blessed. Always an honor to watch your program. It helped me with my recovery. You are most kind, Empress. I am really and truly happy that you are okay and you are able to now engage your family again and them something. So big up yourself, man. You understand what I say? Big up yourself. Julian, big up yourself and the youth. You know, so we're not to big up no people, but people like these, you have to big them up. You understand what I say? Auntie. Alright. So, some only political things here, man. And I can't share no more of them story there, because this I say thing turn in a prison stream. But peeps, we're going to get into some serious stories, you know. You understand what I say? And I put the premiere on screen. You know, from them things that reach a problem, you know, people get nervous when teacher put them money up on screen and I go talk, you know. Cut links with D0NS. The Prime Minister warns the police. But before me go any further, well said by the Prime Minister. A full-time somebody with the clout that he has said that. But I would also appreciate in the next sitting of Parliament and all other sittings of Parliament, the Prime Minister can say to all 62 members of Parliament, we make 63, that they need for cut links with D0NS as well. Because it is not only police officers that need for cut links with D0NS. It is not only police officers who are chumming with D0NS. It's not only police officers who them best friends are D0NS. Many politicians. You know what I think? So, Mr. Prime Minister, good start. Is a push start. You understand? I know the handcart can go down a King Street. A King Street that? One of them street there are He Street. One of the street where God knows upon and tell your political friends them so them to cut ties with D0NS too, because it's not just police officers and D0NS are friends. So it is a step in the right direction, Mr. Prime Minister, but you need to know pull through and tell your friend them to cut the foolishness. And not only that, tell the politicians them who themselves are D0NS to them fits. You know what I mean? Yeah, that part I did too, cause you can't forget that part there. Apparently seizing on a major scandal that has rocked the Jamaica Constabulary Force. Prime Minister D0NS has charged the police hierarchy to weed out rogue cops who collude with criminal actors in the underworld. Crystal cleans on my phone, I'm going to ring tomorrow. Zin? addressing the 76th Annual Joint Central Conference of the Jamaica Police Federation at Half Moon Palace Jamaica Hotel in Orchard Center on Wednesday, Onus emphasized that the country must tackle the triple threat of dons, gangs, and guns. A Duke Street to upon? I really Duke Street to upon? Parliament upon Duke Street? No. Parliament not on Duke Street. I don't think so. Parliament either upon King Street or East Street. It's one of them street. See? Oh, it was a bank window he broke. He was slightly off on sound, man. Okay, coconut jobs. Thanks for that. Appreciate that. Blessed. Yo, me I see some people, me I see a long time, you know. Blessed daughter, what I go and impress. Really and truly appreciate. Me do the coffee thing still, but you understand me I say, me beat a 1 Guinness. You know it thing go. Yeah, man. Blessings. So watch out now, peeps. Dons feel too comfortable. This business of the Don must be addressed, the Prime Minister told the audience. We have to separate the Dons from their friends in the police force. And Mr. Prime Minister, we have to separate the Dons from them friends in the parliament, sir. You understand? You know, I'd really like to sit down and have a talk with the Prime Minister. A respectful talk. I would not disrespect the Prime Minister. But I'd love to sit and have a talk with the Prime Minister about some things in this country. You understand? I don't know what King Street, man. Candy Diamond, big up yourself. You understand what I say? Yeah, that street there is Duke Street. So some people say Duke Street, some people say King Street. Yeah, what street? You understand what I say? And thing. Alright. We have to separate the Dons from their friends in the police force. Yes, they have to separate the Dons from them friends in parliament. Only said, until that separation takes place, Jamaica won't be able to address the crime situation. True, and until the separation of Dons and politicians takes place, we can't address the crime problem neither, Mr. Prime Minister. 81 Duke Street. Lee Shell, you may believe you. Thanks, sis. Really and truly appreciate that. I can't remember seeing God knows on Duke Street though. Big woman thing. I have to do a next video about Duke Street. I mean, have Duke Street. Alright, we are here Duke Street, we are here King Street. Lee Shell give me the address. Lee Shell says 81 Duke Street. And Millicent say Duke Street. But you know, I'm a fool. I'm sitting right in front of my computer right here, so you know. We're going to solve all problem. You understand? Because it's a teaching class and the teacher have to know the facts, so you can't teach you the wrong things. You understand what I say? Gordon, Gordon spell again. You see G-O-R, yeah? House, address. 81 Duke Street. Oh, I see. Well, Lee Shell did get it right. Them says 81 Duke Street. I don't remember see it on Duke Street still. But alright, them say Duke Street. Duke Street win. Big up to the Duke Street people. Them Finnar, big up yourself. You win for a long time. But we done with the Prime Minister, you know. So 81 Duke Street Prime Minister, tell a friend them. Watch out now. Yeah. His comments. You know, him did that talk to the police them at them conference. You know, so some police will take offense to it thing. So his comments riled some rank and file delegates gathered in the hotel's ballroom who took offense to the Prime Minister's characterization, shouting politicians in obvious reference to the perceived link between politicians and criminal dons. And the police them is right. And the Prime Minister is right too, because the reality is that you have many police officers who are affiliated or aligned to dons. Remember, you know, Chucky Brown, they tell one of the brother where him allegedly killed, say, you this me Dan. We not call no man name because then see a teacher call man Dan. Speaking about calling people Dan, I tell them some a story for share with you, but I not share it yet. You understand me? I say, yeah man. Well on there. Well on no. See? So the police them did vex. Them say they shoot earth. Oh, can't take it off his blurt. You understand me? I say? So the police them are linked with Dan. Politicians are linked with Dan. So well done to the Prime Minister. Well done to the police. I mean, police them not no checking. No matter who you be. Man, them say politicians too. Don't worry. I am coming to that. You shouldn't go with that first, Mr. D0NS. D0NS respond, but he never did. It's like one girl tell us she come look for you and you know, cook some food and spread up your bed and clean out your house and put some liquor on the fridge and you have to drink it yourself. That should not come and name all the food. The Prime Minister promised them and he don't reach. Yo. Don't worry, I am coming to that. D0NS responded. In a member. The JSAF has been jolted into announcing the disbandment of its elite response unit, the Mobile Reserve, an arm of the force with a reputation of jackbooted approach to crime fighting that often breach the law. For them reason, not mine. Yes, and sometimes with deadly consequences. The reform announced earlier this month by Police Commissioner Anthony Anderson. Yes, and I'm going to find the 3 wise men, them, you know. 3 wise men. Yo, sometimes I have too much fun to do these things, you know. So see the 3 wise men here, the Prime Minister in the middle, Major General Anthony Anderson to him left, and Dr. Ray Strong to him right. The 3 wise men. Alright. The reform announced by Police Commissioner Anthony Anderson was triggered by the fatal shooting of St. Catherine businessman Sheldon Daly OC Junior Biggs in Chedwin Park on April 27. So 2 policemen have since been charged with murder, and another cop who was believed to have been involved in the murder died in a car crash at a dramatic crosstown chase. See, a civilian was also killed. We must learn how to use force without violence. The two are not the same, D0NS said on Wednesday. The transformation we are moving the JCF towards is an organization that can use force without violence. Use force proportionately and without violence. 3 wise men. So I say, the Trinity. Yo, you know, boy. But peeps, as I said, the Prime Minister never wrong for say what him say, but the Prime Minister have to understand say it's not just police. Him know say many politicians are in collusion, are linking, are affiliated, are aligned to strongmen, dons, era leaders. You understand what I say? So him no need to talk to him politician friends them and tell them the same thing too. You understand? Him say him get round to you and get round to it. So I'm hoping get round to it fast. Big up yourself, Mr. D0NS. I say it's a push start. You understand what I say? It's a push start. More like 3 blind mice. Holy shell, easy, you know. You understand? But since we are talking about the officers there, I could talk about some officers some more. And peeps, as I normally say, you know, the JSAF is a mixed bag. But for me, I think you have more good officers than bad officers. I could be wrong. You understand what I say? But I think that the Jamaica Constabulary Force is inherently good. But you have some criminal elements, as Renito would say. See, and P, speaking about Renito, anybody have a link to Mr. Renito D. Cardova Valentino Adams, I would appreciate it. You understand? I'm not telling you for what. Well, next that sound weird still. You know that the Where Are They Now series, what we are doing, I would like to sit down with Mr. Adams. He wouldn't be a good candidate. Where is he now? The man where everybody asks. So if you have a link with the boss, you understand? I would want it quick and fast. See? And don't make me have to make them pay dearly. You understand? Yeah, man. So young police officers, they know the force is under man, under resource, under man, and a whole heap of problem. See? And as a consequence of that, you have a situation where teach who you know so the female win top cup of the year, I'm gonna try to get her up on the stream and one of them streamers to come. See, I don't remember her name, but Smooth never win. Smooth, big up yourself, you know. But the lady pull it off. I did say that already in the DS. I said from Friday night, man. Say it's a lady win it and I plan to bring her around because she do some good things which she heal from too. You understand what I say? And thing. Who said 3 blind men? Don't diss the bosses. Zine, alright. Young cops under pressure. Long work hours, truncated training, shortage of bulletproof vests, heightened concern in Andaman, Jamaica Constabulary Force. Zine? Yeah, man. Concerns are mounting over the welfare of cops amid reports of several police officers being overworked as the already undermanned Jamaica Constabulary Force is is seeing its resources being stretched even further due to two major security operations in the island. With a state of emergency across three western parishes, St. James, Hanover, and Westmoreland, and a zone of special operations underway in sections of Western Kingston, gobbling up a number of officers across several divisions who have been recruited to man checkpoints and carry out operations. The Jamaica Constabulary Force is having difficulties filling rosters, and probationary police officers are bearing the brunt of the pressure. One probationary said of the long, arduous hours he and others have to work without as much as a mandatory 2-hour break between shifts, which they are due. He said that he has witnessed colleagues working up to 72 hours without a break, having been reminded of their probationary status as a means of intimidation to keep them at their post. That's not good enough. A tired police officer is a dangerous police officer, you know. Because a well-rested police officer is still dangerous, so you can imagine. In addition, several of his colleagues are working without bulletproof vests and ballistic helmets, further putting their lives at dangerous doors. The justice, well, not the justice. Spoon never come second in, you know. Spoon never come in the top three, Finar. See? And thing, I think I'm going to bring on Smooth, make him good if you know a synopsis of what go on and things still. See, but Smooth say everything good, man. Him congratulate the people, him said, him did want to win, but him say, I never feel him time. You know what Smooth is a humble youth. You know what thing go? You understand what I say? And thing. Which one there now? So the injustice that I see here is that about 90% of the men and women are probationers. Unsupervised persons with less than a year's service. They are just taken and sent from training school. And while I understand to some degree that decision, I can't get around accepting some of the prevailing conditions under which we as young officers are being asked to serve, said the probationer, Zane, who asked to remain anonymous for fear of victimization. You can understand that. See, and Gaza girl, yeah man, we remonetize from long back time. So a long time you know come on back still. Probably the time when it come on remonetize, probably what I said we there. And then demonetize and then remonetize. You know what I think, YouTube are for them things, so we just work with them. According to him, some officers were told that they would only be in the Zozo for 2 weeks, but have ended up spending more than a year. Some are working 72 hours per week. Others work 12 to 15 hours shift before getting a day off. And the prevailing belief is that they can be treated in this fashion because they are probationers. Dexter and Fremantle, big up yourself for the brother. You know, we appreciate that something. You know what I mean? He further stated that the training for some of these new cops was cut short to shore up boots on the ground for the enhanced security measures. And he expressed concern that this truncated training regime could jeopardize the officer's personal security and hamper his efficiency in carrying out his duties. You can imagine this. This is really and truly deep, and this police officer sound really and truly intelligent, as a matter of fact. No, nothing is wrong with having as many police officers in the zone, but something is definitely wrong when they are forced to work these extreme hours per day, at least 5 days of the week. 72 hours of work, which is beyond what is required or what is ideal for one person by law. Officer safety means nothing as long as the stocks are up and we can say we send out 20 patrols and we get 500 tickets, he said. Officer, you now hold no punches. Deputy Superintendent Delia Garrick, who heads the Jamaica Constabulary's Corporate Communications Unit, said that it is not unusual to fast-track police training to beef up the numbers on the ground. She said the practice is most visible during times of extraordinary means, such as during an election, at Christmas, and at Easter, and for personnel in Zozos and SOEs. If you enlist and you are in training, and say you are there during a peak season, example Easter, then you are sent on the road to get that level of operational exposure. And this range sometimes depending on the need, which could be 2 weeks, a month, 6 weeks. So it will be done intermittently. Yes, well, that she says still. Zine? Responding to concerns that the police could compromise the effectiveness of the young police officers, Garrick said there's little proof that that is the case. This does not in any way compromise the work of the police, we not agree, because you would have been adequately trained by then to work independently, not negating the duty of the supervisor, but you are trained to ensure that you are able to carry out the letter of the law, the experienced policewoman said. She admitted that there was a shortage of bulletproof vests and helmets. Yet still, we have party left, right, but we soon come to the party. People not moving now. Uno don't move. If you not eat it, go eat. Get some food. Me say, hold on there. I'm going to beat them again this evening, I say. She admitted, shortage of bulletproof vests and helmets, and that there are problems sourcing vests that fit due to the range in body size, but noted that the government has procured some which are to be issued to service members. The head of the Constabulary's Corporate Communications Unit is stating that there are not enough ballistic vests and helmets for police officers in this country. When man a walk up and down with M16 rifles and AK-47 and AR-15s. You understand what I say? And, yo. Peace, we need for waste some time. Because I say I got beat them, you know. I'm ready, you know. Anyway, I change the screen now and see what I go on. You don't have to call nobody, David. You know what I mean? Yes, I walk with you, Jaja, deep down in my soul. You know what I mean? Say I can't find this. I don't know. I'm full of so much picture one time. I don't know. See? I will start with that one because I don't know the rest of them there. Uncle Ruel, big up yourself, youth. You know what I mean? Miss Jennifer Chance beat him cut out. Yeah, in a government school, but this is my school. You understand what I say? CMU boss, which is the brother in a red tie. You understand? President Fritz Pinnock. Zine admits that the university paid towards Ruel Reid's yacht party or boat, whatever you want to call it. This man has been strident, has been adamant. Big up to the person who just dislike the stream. Manners. This man has been adamant that the CMU did not contribute financially to Ruel Reid's birthday party and the boat or the yacht. You understand? And saying it's just that some youth from over CMU was just a part of the whole thing and him did it as he had a capacity there. Why? The Caribbean Maritime University CMU has admitted that it paid out over $600,000 towards a yacht party for discarded education minister Ruel Reid, but them said them never did do it. Alright. CMU President Dr. Fritz Pinnock was also forced to explain this description of the party as an industry function after documents submitted to the Public Administrations and Appropriations Committee. And I want to pause a look here, so. Zane, I want to pause a look here, so. I must publicly say that as a Jamaican taxpayer, I am really and truly appreciative of the work that the Public Accounts and Appropriations Committee of Parliament is doing. They are the body that I call out them people here and I summon them in front of Parliament and make them have to talk the things them. You understand what I say? So big up to the Public Administration and Appropriations Committee, the PAAC of Parliament. You have man like Mark Golding, Wickham McNeil, Peter Bunting and some whole heap more people. Them now play with people. You understand what I say? So even though them a politician, I am seeing where these meetings are revealing some serious things in this country. Alright, watch out now. So he was forced to explain his description of the party as an industry function. I make me cheer. Yeah, I understand. Dr. Fritz Pinnock was on. Yeah, I said that already. After documents submitted to the PAAC of Parliament showed he was aware that the event was organized by a group called Friends of Ruel Reid to recognize the former minister's achievements. Friends of Ruel read. According to the documents, the East Kingston-based university paid two companies a total of $674,930 to rent and decorate the yacht or the boat or whatever you want to call it. B&W Charling was paid $160,000 to rent the Caribbean Queen yacht for 4 hours, while DEC Event was paid $514,000, well, $514,930 to enhance specific areas with fabric, accessories, and props, among other things. $500,000 for props. But Pinnock, during a second appearance before the PAAC in 3 weeks, sought to clarify that the payments were made against a US $8,300 debt CMU owed to one of the organizers of the party. Yo. According to Pinnock, the debt was incurred in January of 2017 after the event organizer, identified as US-based Jamaican businessman Balfour Peart, picked up the tab for ground transportation and logistic supports for CMU's team to the World University Cheerleading Competition in the United States. Having thought to the outstanding amount owed to Mr. Peart, CMI, which is Caribbean Maritime Institute at the time, advanced funds totaling $674,930 to cover the payments to the vendors it has engaged in providing services for the industry event, CMU explained in the document submitted to the PAAC. And we know that CMU was previously called CMI, Caribbean Maritime Institute. But PAAC chairman Dr. Wickham McNeil was not amused by the new revelations. It was incumbent on you to clarify at that point that you were in fact involved, even if you were going to disclaim and said it was not a party, McNeil said, referring to the May 15 meeting of the PAC when Pinnock was first asked about the party. But you almost left it as if you were not involved. It was only on the follow-up questions that we find out that you were in fact a major sponsor of that function held on the yacht, he added. He also blasted Pinnock for describing the party as an industry function. It is not an industry function. The Caribbean Maritime Institute was assisting with a function that was clearly by the Friends of Rural Reed to honor the minister. But Pinnock insisted he was never asked to explain what he meant. You are correct, sir, but what I mean by industry function is that members of the education community or the education industry were there. I wasn't asked to clarify, so I am saying this was not the birthday party. We had nothing to do with the birthday party, he insisted. The man never involved in a birthday party. The man was involved in an industry function. Yo, this like them start rain as me start talk about the man them and them foolishness. You don't see what go on? Oh, some of them did it, man. Everything good, man. You think me done? You know what on? Our next topic. Oh, okay. Let me find this here. Yeah, son. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. You big up yourself, Father Wheatley. So, peeps, a building the back away. See, you see what your name up at top? The Dr. Andrew Wheatley Center for Digital Innovation and Advanced Manufacturing. So that building is located on the campus of the Caribbean Maritime University. So Andrew Wheatley, the building was named after. Then take away name. You understand? Wheatley's name removed from the CMU Innovation Center. The Caribbean Maritime University has removed former Energy Minister Dr. Andrew Wheatley's name from a center named after him at its main campus. Instead, the facility will now be called the Center for Digital Innovation and Advanced Manufacturing. The announcement of the name change was made during the meeting of the public administration. Same meeting there, Zane in Gordon House. In documents submitted to the PAC, CMU revealed that the decision was taken last Friday during an extraordinary meeting of the University Council. PAC chairman Wickham McNeil called the name change as an important move. You understand? The Dr. Andrew Wheatley Center for Digital Innovation and Advanced Manufacturing was first opened on November 15, 2017. And the Dr. Wheatley Center for, we said it already. See, Wheatley stepped down as Energy Minister last July amid swirling allegations of cronyism and nepotism at Petrojam, the state-owned oil refinery. See, despite this, CMU President Dr. Fritz Pinnock insisted last September that the center would not be renamed. Fritz Pinnock is not an easy fellow, you see him there. You understand? Most definitely not. We will not change or remove Dr. Wheatley's name from the center. When you serve, you will serve. Your legacy is what you will leave behind. And I can say that Dr. Wheatley did a lot of positives here. Pinnock then said, but Pinnock changed it. You understand? Good move. You see me? Anyway, them name them, man, when them mess up, man, take you away. All out of them birth certificate. So we still there at Petrojam. Because Petrojam, that thing they just can't done. You understand? I have a next good thing to talk to about Petrojam. I say I can find some more wise men. You understand? Hold on there. That I leak it. See, me really, the Prime Minister in the picture still, because I couldn't find. So this man Badu saying the Indian fellow at the front was the chairman of Petrojam before his ship started sinking. Him did file thousands of US dollars for airplane fare where him never left the country. The brother around here, sir, is Floyd Greenlee. He was a general manager. Him, the government got a quote for $40 million in wrongful dismissal claim. And him, KD Knight, represent. Him did have to believe. And the brother here, sir, is Dr. Andrew Wheatley, former energy minister. And the prime minister. Then take the picture together. That brother here in our background, so I don't sure who him is. You understand? Me have to go look for him. But them people here. Petrojam party figures not adding up. Some more party there about in the piece. It's not no one party. You know, the thing say, I just, this a man a party, the chairman here, so, Andrew Wheatley did have party. No wrong. Hold on. PAC committee again knocks state-owned oil refinery on messy calculations for a lavish 4-event celebration. 1, 2, Sean ever bless. I have to come make everybody know so my head big mommy. Anything go. But the brother around the background here, so he will not trouble, don't know who him be, so me can't trouble him. You understand? But the rest of people, them important. You have Wheatley, Floyd Greenlee, and Badu Singh. That them we are talk about, you know. I don't know if the Prime Minister the guy party them still. Watch me now. Empress a teacher head big. Zin? Watch you now. Faulty calculation. Puzzled by figures on an invoice presented to the state-owned entity by Main Events Limited for a banquet as a part of a 4 event jamboree for its 35th anniversary. Members of the Public Accounts Committee were outraged. The invoice dated on December 28, 2018 quoted a $15.57 million figure to cater for approximately 400 people. However, the figures and notes presented to the committee showed costs allocated to this banquet per head at $4,800. Committee member Peter Bunting, we soon talk about Peter Bunting, you know. Peter Bunting is an interesting fellow, you know. Hold on. Pointed out that there was a discrepancy with the figures. I remember Peter Bunting was a farmer, financial businessman, you know, one Bunting and I don't know what company name, but he know the figures there. He no fool. You understand that way there. With figures as presented before the committee, which is conducting a review of the Auditor General's report into the operations of Petrojam and the PCJ, it seems to be closer to 38,947. So I don't know who is the technical person that did this division. But they are putting a cost per head of 4,800. But by my calculation, it is 38,947 per head, which seems more in keeping with the way Petrojam has expanded money on birthday parties. Bunting said as he demanded an explanation for the conflicting figures. But Petrojam Public Relations Officer Lawyer Pennant explained the cost per head was for the catering aspect of the event and not the entire banquet. She said $15.7 million included other costs, such as gifts. I wonder if a barrel of oil then get, because I remember 600,000 barrel of oil can't find. Them say a leaky tanks, but we soon talk about that. So I don't know if the gift them include barrel of oil, because as I said, 600,000 still missing. 600,000 barrel of oil can't find, disappear in a tin here. But never mind. Yeah, Darren Bunting and Golden, big up yourself in her. You understand? Which over there now? My last. Yeah, gifts for the awardees and other activities which would not have been captured in the per capita fashion manner. But Bunting insisted that he was looking at a total cost per person to put on the event, which triggered an admission from that he was correct on that premise. What it shows, Mr. Chairman, is that we can't just take the figures on face value, because, to be honest with you, I was impressed that Petrojam was able to keep the cost down to $4,800 a head. Approximately $39,000 per head is a lot different from $4,800 Bunting added. Extravagant in the extreme, in my view, PAC Chairman Mark Golden chimed in, as other committee members smirked and shook their heads. Another event, a family fun day, cost Petrojam $7,000 per head, with approximately 500 attendees. 7,535, I will pay money that. The event had an overall cost of $5.7 million, the committee was told. In addition, the state-owned oil refinery forked out $1,220 per head for approximately 120 persons to a church. Petrojam pay $1,220 per head for 120 people who attended a church service. How is church? How did I keep there? How can I see them in a church? How who play organ? A communion did I go on? How them serve a communion? And police can't get 2 vests and 2 helmet. You know understand what I say? And church service 1,220 for 120 people. Eh? Boy, Vendetta Empress, I did a video the other day, the cost of corruption in Jamaica, where I addressed that entire situation. Really and truly sad. Watch out now, peeps. Looking at the arithmetic, for the family fun day, if you divide the approximately 500 persons into the cost, you get $11,470 per head, not $7,000. And similarly for the church service, if you divide $402,425 by approximately 120, you get $3,353 per head, not $1,220, Golding pointed out. So these numbers are quite misleading and all understated, substantially understated, Golding stress. The overall budget for the lavish 35th anniversary celebration was more than $30 million. 4.5 times what was spent to celebrate the 30-year milestone. So you can imagine how much money you're going to spend on a Petrojam at the 50 years anniversary. $50 million. $1 million per year. You understand what I say? Eh? And the police, them can't get 2 good bulletproof vests and 2 helmets. Is that me I talk about, you know? And watch you know. Remember we talk about... Remember we talk, say, down a Petrojam there, you know. Then can't find 600 barrel of oil. Petrojam general manager, this a Petrojam in our background. I'm showing in general manager, yeah. I had a picture of them if you show up, you know. I don't know why I'm name again. Watson. I say I can't find him around here, so. So, Mr. Watson, you know who that beside Mr. Watson? Andrew Eatle that. He might look on one paper. I don't know what the honesty. Petrojam general manager blames the leaky tanks for $5 billion worth of oil losses. Leaky tanks, you know. So imagine you have tank a leak on a Petrojam, then the whole of Kingston no couldn't catch a fire, you know see? Alright. Petrojam's general manager Winston Watson blames the leaky tanks for much, see him here? Yeah, I want to see him clear. For much of the $5 billion of oil losses at the refinery between 2013 and 2018. He was speaking at the same meeting when they rough up CMU boss. According to a report by the Auditor General in December, Petrojam could not account for 600,000 barrels of oil valuing over $5 billion in a 5 years period. Mr. Watson is suggesting that leakage at the refinery tanks contributed significantly to the problem. So Petrojam must set up a way where the most minute of leaks is detected in some system, because it is so dangerous to have oil a leak down a Petrojam, because fire can cause and the whole plant blow. Me just ask, because I don't work at Petrojam. But I'm saying the country's major oil refinery have leaks. There must be some system in place that detects loss of pressure or increase of pressure or something wrong with the pipeline them and some leakage of go on or something. So what go on with that something there? Me confused. Me don't know. Me don't understand. So me don't know if I me don't know. Me don't get it. 600,000 barrel of oil just leak out so. Peeps, and a gas, you know. And a gas where, you know, when the gas, if it leak out, somebody go vaporize, really. A oil can't vaporize. If we have 600,000 barrel of oil a leak, Petrojam is right on the coast. So it means it sea would then cover with oil for miles over 5 years. Me no see no oil spill, me no see no oil float on the sea, me no hear nothing we are going. 600,000, $5 billion worth of oil just leak, we gone. See, Empress teach. What about the hospital? Not even needle or thread and gloves, and yet people jumping up for these corrupt politicians. Boy, Empress, I don't even know what to tell us, mommy. You understand what I say? Think about the schools, what the youth them now in the books. You understand? Meanwhile, Petrojam business support manager Telroy Morgan gave a breakdown of the company's losses during the period reviewed by the Auditor General. I would love to see the breakdown. Mr. Morgan also says Jamaica's oil losses aren't outside industry norms. Interesting. 600... This pearly seems as somebody suck it out. Why? Peeps, you know night are coming on. You know me have work tomorrow, so I'm going to try to wrap up this quick and fast. Yeah, them two umbrella, you know, I open my head now, black nobody know in the Empress. You understand? Yeah. Peters and Peters. Peeps, I have said before and I'll say it again. Zane, the People's National Party can forget about any general election if Peter Phillips remain the leader of said party. And this is nothing personal against Peter Phillips. And I have no political affiliation. I am just calling it how I see it, as somebody who is an avid political watcher and is able to analyze certain things by himself. Peter Phillips is not very affable. Many persons seem to not like Peter Phillips for whatever reasons. See, he has lost touch with the majority of the electorate, which is predominantly younger people. You understand me? I say he's not charismatic. And people just see him as a part of the old establishment who would have been given opportunities to make a difference and has not done so. There are persons who are also seeing Peter Phillips as somebody who was just given the leadership of the party because he has been around from Wapikill Philip. And I just Peter time because Peter have been here. And he may not have been the best person to take the party forward. That would have been brought across in no uncertain manner in the two by-elections that would have been contested under stewardship. The one in St. Mirren and the one in Portland that they lost. Because remember, at the end of the general election in 2016, the Jamaica Labour Party won by a single seat. 32-31. And now it stands at 30-33. So they have lost 2 seats and the Jamaica Labour Party has gained 2. And despite the whole heap of scandal left, right and centre plaguing the Jamaica Labour Party, the Prime Minister and D0NS still enjoys a significantly higher favourability ratings than Peter Phillips. And the Jamaica Labour Party is present where the young people them live. Social media. So for said reasons, many persons in the political directorate in the People's National Party have been sounding the warning bells saying that a challenge to Peter Phillips is imminent. Bunting rejects Phillips' offer and sets stage for a challenge, sources say. Opposition leader and president of the People's National Party, Dr. Peter Phillips, must be well aware of the phrase, "uneasy lies the head that wears a crown," as it becomes increasingly clear that he will be challenged for the leadership of the 80-year-old party. The challenge could come as early as September from Central Manchester Member of Parliament Peter Bunting is on the hunting when the opposition party holds its annual conference, unless Bunting is persuaded to change his mind, according to sources. Bunting, who first entered the House of Representatives in 1993, when he defeated former Prime Minister and JLP stalwart Hugh Shearer in the battle for the South East Clarendon seat, reportedly flatly refused an offer at a compromise during a high-level meeting with Phillips on Monday. According to sources, Bunting, a former Minister of National Security, who is currently the opposition spokesman on industry, commerce and competitiveness, brushed aside an offer to be Phillips's campaign director for the next general election. He might not manage no campaign in front of him. You understand? That election, which could determine whether the PNP returns to Jamaica House or remain in opposition for an extended period, is constitutionally due in 2021. So, a report in the papers a few months ago, as reported in the papers, Zane, Phillips never denied or challenged the assertion that Bunting appears to be positioning himself to mount a challenge against Phillips, who is seen as lacking charisma, as I said, and being out of touch with the young voters, as I said. That perceived handicap, according to political watchers, gives a much younger Jamaica Labour Party leader, Prime Minister D0NS, a clear advantage. Public opinions polls have also shown Phillips trailing D0NS by double digits, and his position is not helped by the fact that he has lost two crucial by-elections to D0NS JLP. Those losses in South East St. Mary and Eastern Portland have seen the seat count in the 63-member House of Representatives move from a slender 32 to 31 to 34 to 29 in favor of the Jamaica Labour Party. I don't know me talk about 34 to 29. That's so much? Yeah, because boom, boom, boom. Yeah, win them too. Alright, yeah. Bunting has been, and listen to this one now. Bunting has been positioned himself. It's obvious. Like, Bunting has been a one-man show in recent months as he continues to signal that he intends to take the reins of leadership of the PNP. Earlier this month, he was the only opposition MP who voted against extending by 3 months the state of emergency that was imposed in 3 western parishes on April 30. The man alone, soul of the man thing there. You understand what I say? In the aftermath of the East Portland by-election loss in April, Bunting, while addressing a constituency meeting in Central Manchester constituency, said it was time for the PNP to change its message and even some of its messengers in order to appear more credible. He recently compared the leadership style, D0NS's leadership style, to that of a dictator and accused the government of spying on Jamaicans with the help of the Israelis. I need to speak about that, I'm not get round to it yet. But there was a delegation that visited Israel led by the Prime Minister but in 2016-2017. And Bunting is strident that in that meeting, during those meetings, the Israeli would have pledged support to the Jamaican government, and they agreed to supply the Jamaican government with spying capabilities. He has been singing that song a lot recently. Me not get around to it. But we're coming around to it, Mr. Bunting. You're saying a lot of things. Me can't keep up, brother. You understand? So you know, Phillips is in danger zone as speculation mounts as Bunting turns down the PNP campaign director position. Him not interested in that. So even though the two articles them kind of same, you know, because a Jamaica to write it, then we have to assess what go on in yard. Zane? And the People's National Party bigwigs lining up behind Peter Bunting for an anticipated challenge to Dr. Peter Phillips' reign as president of the party has flatly dismissed criticisms that the current leader should remain unobstructed. Bunting allies points to Phillips' two failed attempts in 2006 and 2008 to replace former PNP President Portia Simpson to lead the 81-year-old party. So right now, it thinks that way. You understand? But basically, what really go on is that Phillips himself has said a challenge would not be an issue, but he is focusing on his day-to-day role as party president. You know that is a sensitive issue. I don't want to say much on it. But what I can say is that if any such should happen at this time, it would totally be unfortunate and I would resist it. Why I would resist it is because it is not the best interest of the party at this time, notwithstanding what the Constitution says. A Phillips supporter who did not want to be identified said, Phillips' current position, however, runs contrary to his stated position at an April National Executive Committee meeting where he said he did not want to be looking over his shoulder as he fought the Jamaica Labour Party amid reports that influential party members were plotting to overthrow him. You understand? And them look at things there. So, peace, we're going to wrap up that thing in the night, you know, because I say night I come. You understand what I say? So, make a watch and see. I find it very intriguing, you know. I find it funny, actually. You understand? So, I just go and sit down and look what I go and look out of my eye them like so. You understand? You know, the politics thing, when I really too get involved, but, you know, based on what I do on YouTube, it is important to keep abreast of what is going on. And so I can discuss the things them from a position of information when we are talking about the things them. You understand what I say? So peeps. Oh hey, when I see back at me, I know that is a garbage truck and thing. I come across a little thing when I think I need for share. See it? Garbage collectors to get 28% salary hike. Nothing wrong with that something there. Crawford is the best chance for the PNP. Peter is a crybaby. Silver Day. You know, say Crawford just lose one election. What you mean? Eh? So, me not necessary and many people kind of view D0NS Crawford now as a loser still in a Silver Day. That is just what I'm listening what the streets are say. You understand what I say? So that is the next thing. And then you see Crawford, you know. Crawford kind of unpredictable. You don't know where I'm going to say. That is a problem. So his biggest strength is his ability to orate. But his biggest weakness is also while he's orating. You understand what I say? So if D0NS Crawford can really hold on one political seat where the PNP would have held for 30 years, then it then beg the question as to whether or not then him can really lead the People's National Party to the promised land of an electoral victory. But that is as me, you know, and I am not a political analyst, just a teacher you to talk look at things about politics. You understand what I say? Good night, Empress. It's good to see you. Hope to see you soon again. Get some rest. And hope the recovery will be full and complete in short order. Yeah? Alright. Minister of Local Government and Community Development, Desmond McKenzie, has announced that sidemen employed to the National Solid Waste Management Authority, NSWMA, will receive an increase of 28% salary effective July 1. Them man they work not easy. Them man them forget raise. What you mean? He made the announcement during his address of the sectorial debate. Well, it's interesting. The National Solid Waste Management Authority continues to be a positive example of government in action. The agency continues to practice sound corporate governance with all outstanding audit financial statements and annual reports having been updated. That is good. He said the agency is also 70% compliant with the current statutory requirements and life insurance, and nearly 80% of all disposable side workers, sidemans and drivers have been vaccinated. Very good. You understand? So the long and short of the thing is that the man them get a raise. I don't know why them money right and them pay right, you know. But the man them work hard, some conditions so the man them work hard. You know what thing go? You see me? So you understand? Good. Police them need some bulletproof vests and some helmet though, and some vehicles, and some guns, and some training. You understand? Them look at things there. Teacher them, boy, don't get me started on the teacher them. So next story for you next time. Peeps, big up on yourself. We are cut this, so you know what thing go. Big up to the people that I'm forwarding this evening, even though I line around my head like I'm head big already and I just outline my head show a real size. I love it. You understand? But we're gonna fix it for your future. But where they are peeps, D0NS, not D0NS, Damien, big up yourself, bro. You see me I say, peace, we appreciate the continued support. You know where you go? You understand me I say, blessings to everybody who check in, who clock in, who lock in. For the people who are there for the first time, welcome. For the people who I shout you out and when I respond, I'm not the person, I just want to shout out thing during the stream. I kind of break the flow more time. You understand me I say? And thing. So we there. You understand me I say, peace, big up on yourself. Enjoy the week, our productive week. Have something nice to drink, but if you have to drink, don't drive. If you have to drive, do not drink. When you go on the road, load the headphone them. Stop separate yourself from your environment. You understand me I say, be observant. Pray people. People are prune, so don't have to pray everybody. You understand me I say, and thing. Travel with only the cash that you need. Load the Bluetooth headpieces them. Sorry guys, keep your phones in your pocket and in your bag. Use them only when you need them. If you must take public transportation, try to travel in a group. If you cannot travel in a group, know the do's and the don'ts. Take the license plate number. Send it, go get somebody. Describe the car, describe the driver. Tell people you're there. Tell people where you go. Always follow your instinct. If it feels wrong, it is wrong. Trust absolutely no one. Stop post every move you make. Stop tell people everything you know do. You understand what I say? Keep a thing on a little level. For the people that may live them life on social media, top. For the man them who kill the woman them, top. For the man them who kill the youths them, stop. For the man them who kidnap and rape the little girl them, top. For the man them who walk around and kill off innocent people, no top. You understand what I say? Boy, I don't know. For the politicians them where I keep up foolishness on the top. For the police them where I keep up foolishness on the top. And make we enjoy the country, man. The greatest nation that ever was, that ever will be. Like, we can't be that, you know. But we are all along one country. You understand what I say? I say peace, big up on yourself. I say Miss Joan Gray. I say Danny Blackhurst, Dante Dan, Miss Millicent Thomas McDermott, Althea Claire. Althea, big up yourself, Empress. You understand what I say? Tania Titus, Tash, Sandra Bennett, Elard Kelly, Julian Smith. Julian, big up yourself, brother. Silver D. Miss Diane Williams, Jerry Menz, DS Electronics Unlimited, Kanaika Chisholm, Sean Everbless, Angela Martin, Empress. Whoosh, big up yourself, you know, Empress. I know you probably cut out, but big up yourself. Mike Lewis, who else in the building? God favored me, Damien Grant, brother, big up yourself. So Vendetta Empress, whoosh, big up yourself, you know, mommy. Get some rest. Miss Joan Gray, Baller Douglas, Baller, where you deal? I never know you the boat, brother. Coconut Drops, the bad name, you know what thing go. Delight, Manners and the Empress, Miss Angela Martin, who else the boat? Zane Arlene Binns, good night, Miss Binns. Simeon Turney, blessings. Zane Hard and Tots, Manners, Blessed Daughter, Atu Makala, Zane M. Johnson, all of the people that want me not calling them, I call me now see it in a Dexter Fremantle, Miss Pearly Simpson. Durain, Reed, Blessings Family, who else in the building? New Wave Entertainment, that G, I know Joker Free Speech is the board, I know Lawless is the board, I know Live Chat board is the board. James Bond, my brother, big up yourself in a youth. You know what thing go, peeps. You know what thing go. Angie Ramos, Manners, brother. Zane, Romario Turtle, I know you there. Anthony, Manners. Miss Crystal Clean. Andre Godfrey, Miss Vilma Davis, all of the people, and Miss Patsy Brown, Richie, my general, the Watcher, big up yourself in a father Carter, you know what thing, you know, peeps, walk good, enjoy your week. You understand me? I say Miss Patsy Brown, thank you, you know what thing go, 1980, Bartley, manners and respect, you know, we say, Veer in the building, all of the people that may are pre-thing from Clarendon, blessings, peeps, walk good, step with Jah, you understand me? I say, Creations, big up yourself. Omar Guthrie, Manners, peeps. Look more. Friday, 5:30. No. Friday, 7:30. Make it a date and don't be late. Don't look for it. Get book for it. Godson, Manners. I'm out.